Hello, 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 Happy New Year, and welcome to another Hearts of Iron 4 video. Today I'm going to be playing as Greece, which got a focus tree in the previous update, Battle for the Bosporus, and I've quite literally never played it on Iron Man, so I thought I'm going to do it here. The goal is to form the semi-formable nation of Hellas, and see what happens if you do that historically. So let's go for it. So we start off as the Kingdom of Greece in 1936, led by a guy whose name I won't even try to pronounce. So the focus of Greece, and many focuses for Battle for the Bosporus, was to make democracy far more interesting. And this should be an interesting democratic path, or so I've been led to believe. But we have to compromise with the monarchists. So I believe the first step is to place the king under house arrest, which really doesn't feel like I'm cooperating with him too much. So where is Greece in 1936? We've got a king who people don't like, we've got debt, which we don't like, we've got foreign monopolies, which the industry doesn't like, we've got a something plan, which Germany does like, political instability, which nobody likes, and an agrarian society. So basically the country's down the toilet. We'll start off by devaluating the drachma and fixing the economy, because if you're going to survive World War II historically, you probably should have a decent industry, he says. And away we go. So looking at the achievements, I think we're supposed to get Istanbul is Constantinople again. I think that might be doable. We're definitely going to do This Is Madness. It's like a achievement and formable nations video at the same time. In other news, the monarchists will not be coming to power anytime soon, and the Kingdom of Greece is now just Greece. Being democratic, I can't quite decide whether fixing the industry is more important than just going down the focus tree. I think I'm tempted to just go down the politics focus tree, so let's do that. Bring home the exiled Republicans, because I'm pretty sure that the old King George II wasn't really a big fan of Republicans. I couldn't imagine why. So while these focuses are going on, in the meantime I'm pretty sure I have to pay off a debt. Now, considering the Axis is probably going to be our enemy, my two biggest components to pay back are the British and the French. So being British myself, I'm going to start with them. Since I'm not sure going communist is going to form a greater Greece, let's compromise with the monarchists. We also unlocked some new advisors, although I don't know if any of them will be any good. Now, to my memory, sometime in the not so distant past, Greece and Turkey had war, in which the Anatolian catastrophe happened and Greece lost terribly. So, I guess we're remembering it so we can get very angry again. We have the option to get rid of that German economic plan, but considering it's building me civs right now, I think I'm going to keep a hold of it and venerate the ancient Hellenes. Hellenes. Oh god, this video is just butchering Greek terms. In other news, some very angry right-wing people have arrived in Greece. Uh-oh. As we move down towards the Anatolian refugees, we have to pick between these three. And considering we're not really at war right now, I'm going to think that Athenian thinkers' research speed is the best for us. So members of the EEE are plundering foreign factories and taking things for the Greek people. Now, I'm not a fan of anarchy, but if we look the other way, we get some free stability, okay? So I'm just gonna look in this direction, okay, and pretend it's not happening. They fell for it. So all of the refugees from the Anatolian crisis are a little bit upset. So we're going to have a meeting, we're going to have a group session, okay? And we're going to talk about our issues and how we're definitely not going to war with Turkey, okay? It's fine. It's all going to be fine. It has not passed my mind, by the way, that this is on historical, and there is a certain Mussolini in Italy who's probably got his eyes on me. So, yeah, I haven't forgotten, don't worry about that. So the EEE have come to the conclusion that if we help them get revenge on Turkey, they'll stop being mean to us. Unfortunately, I'm not all about that. No deal. Now we have to spend 140 days thinking about the Megali idea back in 1919. It's interesting that we just denied the EEE going to war with Turkey, but then we thought, hey, that's a pretty good idea. Let's do it anyway. Okay, we have now come to revisit the treaties of Sèvres and Lausanne. He's totally said that wrong. With the great powers of Europe, we need to resurrect the Megali idea, which is essentially owning Western Turkey. Can we do it? Well, if Italy wants to get on board, they're more than welcome. I'm certain they'll say yes. And Mussolini doesn't have ambitions on me. Okay. Everyone decided to turn up. Unexpected, but interesting. So, if we wanted to go to war with Turkey, we'd have to give the French Kurdistan. I'm going to say, sure, why not? The French have agreed. Now, the British want to create a new colony in the Armenian region, which I believe is Trabzon. While I'm not too happy about it, it would stop the Germans having another front against me. And it allows them to help defend this region against Germany during World War II. So I'm all for it as well. And the British say yes. Jesus, guys, this diplomacy business is easy. What's anybody complaining about? So this is the big one. The Italians want some colonies in Antalya and Mersin, which is these two here, which is an issue if they join the Axis and I find myself looped into a conflict in Central Europe. I don't really want to be in that situation, but if I do go for this, I am allowed to have a non-aggression pact with Italy, which means I wouldn't be called into World War II necessarily, assuming they don't cancel the non-aggression pact. But then again, they might just cancel the non-aggression pact anyway. Do you know what? We don't need Italy's help. Screw you. I guess if you were going for a more pacifist route, you could definitely see if you could get a non-aggression pact. And finally, we get to decide whether we want to do this. Well, I think it'd be pretty weird if we came this far and said no. I mean, what happens then? Do we just stop? Do we just sit here? So we should probably say yes in this instance. Okay, looks like the Allies are good to go. Let's go for it. Goodness, I feel like I spent half my life doing that focus. Right, the Guardian Knot. This is where me and my chums see who can get to Ankara the fastest. The reason I'm speedrunning this so quickly is because I feel like, wouldn't it make more sense to have the Allies do most of the work through here? Because France is now a member of the Allies, so Britain and France can just fuel all their units through here, right? Right. So on the eve of us about to declare war on Turkey, this gives me one opportunity to start complaining. So I think that the Greece focus tree, specifically the political part, is the worst out of Battle for the Bosporus. And that's because it's currently 1937, and I'm pretty close to getting to the bottom of it. There's a few things I've missed up top, but for the most part, it's very one-directional. And it feels a little bit disappointing in that sort of a series about choices and options, there aren't many options. And some of these options feel very similar. So let's just put it into perspective. What do most of these trees allow you to do? Well, you could always go as the Byzantines and you can declare war on Turkey. Or you could go for like a Megali idea and you can declare war on Turkey. But if you're feeling more communist, you could go your own way and declare war on Turkey with Tito. Or if you're feeling more Stalinist, you could declare war on Turkey. Now, don't worry. You could always declare war on Turkey with the Central Powers. Or maybe you're feeling like you're following in the footsteps of giants and you'll do something bold and daring and declare war on Turkey. So what I'm trying to say is that regardless of which path you go down, the most entertaining thing it feels like you can do is declare war on Turkey. Which is disappointing because it's like, there's Albania right here, and they've created Northern Epirus, so how is there not a maybe some sort of path to dividing Albania with Italy? Or just going straight through into the north, getting Macedonia, having some sort of war with Yugoslavia or something? I'm just surprised that everything revolves around Turkey. Literally everything. Okay, rant over? Let's continue. Okay, the Focus instantly declared war, but luckily both the UK and France have honoured the agreement. And God knows what I would have done if they didn't. It's probably for this reason we should go with this focus and go for a more industrialised Greece, since we are on the path to war. It also gives us recruitable population factor. Quite useful, I think. Apparently the Allies have just sent me a friend request. I think I'll accept. In reasons unbeknownst to me, they've left Istanbul undefended, and I walked straight in. I just shot through the middle, full blitzkrieg, and yeah, it was a snowball with a horse. The Allies, on the other hand, have chosen for a more interesting path of just leaving Syria open. We've cleared up the front over here and have pushed up to here. So we're going to see how well we can do now we've reached mainland Turkey. And it seems like they're far more concerned with Syria than they are with me. I'm going to see if I can do the old trick of splitting the country in half. And that will allow the British Navy to essentially deal with anybody who tries to get between the two regions. Although it seems like now they've arrived in my land, they're doing a lot of the work for me. Jeez, typical, they're just claiming my victory as their own. I think these mountaineers are pretty good considering they are able to just push straight through the land. It really makes you think if you even needed the British. Could we have just said no to them and just taken it all for ourselves? I don't want to be greedy, but I can't help but think it. Okay, we've made it to Ankara, somehow. Nobody else got me there, I can tell you that. Although the French definitely helped take a lot of pressure off our border. I will respect them for that, if nothing else. Okay, Turkey has capitulated, and France got the first move, turning them into a supervised state, which is categorically a disaster for me. I don't think many of these places have buildings apart from this state. The rest of them are pretty empty. Well, France has yoinked everything. Typical Hoi 4 peace deal. However, achievement unlocked, I captured the Bosporus and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. I guess I'm not so terrible at the game. Although it was an easy achievement, to be honest. It wasn't the hardest. We have done it. We have fulfilled the pledge. We have returned the territory. We were robbed of Turkey by France. I definitely think, now that I'm looking at it, I feel like maybe we should have cut the Allies out. Maybe cut it off along here and made Turkey its own little state. On the other hand, we do have these interesting new states, the French Mandate of Kurdistan with a cool looking flag, led by Kurdish El Beardo, and then the Protectorate of Armenia, with a very British looking colonial flag. Oh, Romania was guaranteeing Turkey, and as a result the Australians have Gallipolied them. If we are heading towards a formable nation, we have to get this focus. Nenni Kikaman, he says in a weird accent, which is, I think, honouring the past, and it does give us the decision to form Greater Greece. With Nenni Kikaman, or however it's pronounced, done, we can finally hit the decision, form Greater Greece. Ta-da! We are now HELLAS, which is the democratic version of Greater Greece. We are a nice darker blue, and pretty cool. We now have new things that we can do, including moving the capital to Constantinople, which, to be quite frank, I think would be better for supply. I could be wrong, but I also like the idea that the Italians are going to find it even harder to get to the capital. So, Constantinople it is. That's 2 more achievements done. This is madness, and Istanbul is Constantinople again. Our dream is fulfilled at last, the establishment of Greater Greece. Okay, so since I did the formable nation and got the achievements, I can end the video here. So I will say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this short little video, since it's been a while since I've made a video, but hey, I thought I'd make another one. There is hope that there will be Dev Diary starting again in the not too distant future, so I will be covering that whenever that happens. Maybe we'll do some other games, maybe we'll do some other stuff, who knows? If you want to find out if we do, you can like, you can subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Okay, bye bye for now. Bye. Bye. Bye.